Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me back on my channel, Hierarchy of Reads. My name is Tiffany and I am here for an August TBR. Never mind that we are halfway through the month of August. I just wanted to make this video mostly for myself so that way I could kind of force myself to push through some of the books that I am wanting to read this month because I didn't film it, but I had set out a selection of books that I wanted to get through in the month of August at the beginning of the month, and I have made very slow progress. A lot of it's just because I'm very busy and I've been reading in like 10 to 15 minute spurts, but also that I've been allowing myself to get quite distracted while I'm reading. So instead of focusing in on the books, I'm texting or internet browsing or Instagramming or whatever else other than what I'm supposed to be focusing on. So I thought I would make this video as a sort of way to pressure myself. For those of you who may have watched my previously posted vlog, I am still finishing up with the two books that I mentioned there, which are Metropole and also Fake News. In Fake News, I'm currently on chapter 10, which is the First World War, A Few Writing Chappies. I just got done reading a very interesting part about the American Civil War and then the suffragettes. And kind of talked about how the press and those in power dealt with those two different times in our history. So that has been very interesting. The other books that I have set aside for myself are pretty much the only books that I don't have packed. And so the first one that I wanted to get through is this one here, which is Violence and Virtue, which is all about Artemisia Gentileschi's Judith slaying Holofernes. For those of you who might be new to my channel or might not know, I am a huge fan of Artemisia Gentileschi, not only for her work, but just kind of, she was one of the first women to really make it in the art culture of her time. And she just seems like an overall badass and fighter, and she is a brilliant, was a brilliant artist. So I'm always up for learning more about her work. I think this will be the first nonfiction work of hers I have read, and it was one of the shorter ones, so I wanted to start here. Also, pretty randomly, I chose to try to pick up this Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I've heard her name mentioned in a lot of young adult booktubers videos, and from what I understand, people really like her. Now, I think this author writes both young adult and adult fantasy, but perhaps under two slightly different names. I think Victoria Schwab and V.E. Schwab, and I'm not sure which Schwab is the one for which, but either way, I've heard pretty interesting things about this, so I wanted to try to give it a shot. The next book that I have is Sweet Pea. I have been wanting to read this book since Lianne at her channel Literary Diversions, I want to say. Regardless, I'll link her channel down below. She's great, very entertaining and fun to watch. But she talks about this a couple times in some of her videos, and it just sounds very interesting. All I really know is it's about this woman who seems to be an everyday normal woman, except for that she occasionally murders people, and who doesn't want to read a book about that? So I picked this up, and I'm hoping to get to this month. And the last book that is on my list for August is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, a novel by Ocean Vuong. I picked this up because I had a Insta credit and also a gift card at Books A Million, and I heard about this book, I think from Karl Anderson's channel, and it sounded fascinating. And when I picked it up and just kind of read the first couple of pages, it seems to be beautifully written. I can't really tell you anything about, the plot. It is blurbed by a number of pretty popular authors, Marlon James, Tommy Orange, Celeste Ng, and it just says, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous is a letter from a son to a mother who cannot read. So yeah, I am hoping to read that. So yes, today was a very short video. Those are the books that I have planned to read in the month of August. Please let me know if you have read any of these, what your thoughts were, what you liked, what you didn't. Also, please share any of the books that you've read so far this month or hoping to. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and until then, be well.